All right, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, that's constantly teaching us, showing us how to go down the right path. All right, that's been building us up through the spirit and power of Yahawashi. Okay, and much love to the brethren that's around the globe, man. That's just constantly pushing. All right, doing what they got to do. Okay, and I was watching Apostle Recall's video, all right, which his channel with GMS Push On, and the title of his video is called "Be Not Caught Up Into These Women," okay, and he made a certain point, which I'm gonna play it, okay, and I'm gonna pause it after the certain point come across that it just sparked a certain example, all right, that I want to go through the scripture that just lines up exactly with what he was saying, okay, that is exactly of a truth, all right, because these women are exactly our enemies, okay? And the scriptures say that, you know, the what was written aforetime was written for a learning, okay? So there's certain examples and filters through the scriptures to show you certain examples that our forefathers have went through or been through, all right, to show us how to maneuver and hold ourselves to a better standard, okay? So I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play a little bit of the video which he did, which was a very beautiful video he did. All right, through the spirit, and Lord willing, the example that I bring out is edifying unto those who watch this video.
Proverbs 31 and 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Women destroy kings. Women have brought down kings. Mighty kings have been brought down over women. You see what I mean? So you gotta keep your mind, keep your wits about you. You dealing with a woman, you deal with her, you pop her, you deal with her accordingly. But don't be like, okay, with my woman. Don't be pussy whooped. Pussy whoop guys fall out the truth. Pussy whoop guys get killed out here. Because these bitches will set you up. They deep.
So the point that I want to go into is the fact that you ain't supposed to trust wholeheartedly into a woman because a woman will set you up, man. When a woman feels like she knows you too much, or when a woman knows that she can get something out of you, all right, she'll utterly supplant you, all right, because these women ain't for us, man. And even back then, even in the ancient world, man, which I want to go into an example real fast. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more. All right.
Yes, man. We know stories of men that have been put to death behind women.
All right. So he said, put to death over a woman, man. Okay. So let's get these scripts real fast. All right, because that was pretty much it on that. I want to start with Romans chapter 15, verse 4. It says, "For whatsoever thing were written aforetime were written for our learning," all right, "that we through patient and comfort of the scripts might have hope." Okay. Let's jump into Judges because I want to go into the book of Judges, the 16th chapter, on the account of Samson. Okay, how did Samson get taken down by the Philistine? Okay, because when you go into this chapter, to the 16th chapter, it goes into the fact that he got taken down by the Philistine through the woman that he was dealing with. Okay, and the way she was acting towards Samson, you know, a brother might have that type of experience with a woman that he's dealing with or a woman that he lives with, okay? Because a woman will nag you, all right? Will keep nagging you, trying to, you know, get something out of you. Like for an example, she might it's Christmas time, so that heavily demonic spirit uh is heavy right now. So she might be trying to constantly keep talking to you about or crying to you saying, well, let's go have family time and let's go be around a family, or let's put up Christmas ornaments, or you know um let's do something according to the spirit of this folliness that's going on out here. And through her nagging, and if you don't have a firm mind, okay, you might fall into that demon that's on her, all right, which Samson, that's what he fell into. He fell into the fact that she kept nagging him to the point where he poured his heart out onto her, where she found out his weakness and that's how Samson was able to be taken down by the Philistines. All right, so I'm just want to read this account so it makes more sense. All right, as I read it, because reading it is going to be more powerful than me just speaking upon it. All right. Um. So this is Judges chapter 16, verse 1. I'm starting at verse 1 and read all the way down to the point. It says, Then went Samson to Gaza, and saw there an harlot, and went in unto her. All right, which meaning uh, he had sex with her. Okay, and it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in, and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him. And Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gate off the city, and the two posts, and went away with them, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulders, and carried them up to the top of an hill that is before Hebron. Okay, now if you know anything about Samson, when his mother, before his mother conceived him, okay, it was told her to not drink any, or to eat anything that was of a grapes, because he was because he was a Nazarite, all right, he was a Nazarite from his birth, and the Lord bestowed upon him great power. Okay, uh, he had superhuman strength. It says, and it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek whose name was Delilah. Delilah, all right? And so this is the woman right here, Delilah, all right? Okay, feeble, okay? Delilah. Del Dalayala. Dalay Dalayala. Yala. Okay, Delilah. All right, that's how you say it in the Hebrew. Okay, the Philistine mistress of Samson, who betrayed the secret of his great strength. Okay, which it gives a story up right here. Okay, but her name is feeble. All right, weak, delicate, pinning with desire, weak and delicate. All right, and she was weak, man, because she gave it. She was persuaded by the people of her nation to entice him. Let's keep reading. It says, verse 5, it says, And the Lord of the Philistines came up unto her, and said unto her, Entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. And Delilah said to Samson, Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. And Samson said unto her, If they bind me with 7 green whips that were never dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Then the lords of the Philistine brought up to her 7 green whips which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber, and she said unto him, The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the whips as a thread of tow is broken when it toucheth the fire, so his strength was not known. And Delilah said unto Samson, Behold, thou hast mocked me, and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If they bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him wherewith, and said unto him, and see, that's what you got to do, man. You got to toy with these women's mind, man. You know, the scriptures say, Salaki, before I know I stopped reading, the scriptures say, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand is doing, man. You ain't supposed to, you know, like the scriptures say, give thy strength over to a woman, man. You know, Like he was telling her all these lies, but she was trying to set him up. Like the apostle said, these women will try to set you up and supplant you, man. But you gotta have a stiff and firm mindset over them, and especially our woman, man, the Israelite woman in these times, yo, because they are not here for us. The scriptures say, "She that is my enemy shall see it," man. You know, and these times, these women are totally against us. They're just pleasure vessels of pleasure for us, just to get our rocks off, And if you're gonna deal with them, like the apostle said, deal with them accordingly, okay? Cause you'll never know the true intentions until some shit go down between you and that woman. It says Delilah therefore took new ropes. I'm gonna keep reading. Delilah took therefore new ropes and bound him therewith and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And there were liars in wait abiding in the chamber, and he broke them from off his arms like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, If thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. And she fastened it with the pin, and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep, and went away with the pin of the beam, and with the web. And she said unto him, how canst thou say I love thee? And it's the part, man, where it goes down to you might continually be firm and keep toying with her, and then she tries to come at you with this sobby love story. How can you say you love me? If you love me, you could talk to me, right? You could tell me anything. Like you can abide by me, I ain't gonna do you wrong. But no, you supposed to keep your secrets far from her, because it's a trap. Solomon when Solomon did the examination of how many women were right and he found none, it was a reason. And that's still to this day. None of these women are right. Even when they come at you and tell you, uh, hit you with that love line, if you love me, I've been down for you, I've been this and this and that, you know, it's a trick. You can't fall for it. You just gotta, hit her with, hey, if you love me, you just gonna continue to you're gonna show me your actions. Then you know what I'm saying, you speaking words. I'm gonna read verse 15 from the top again. It says, and she said unto him, how can thou say I love thee when thine heart is not with me? Okay, meaning, the Hebrew word heart, meaning lab, your mind, is not with me. Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, okay, and has not told me wherein thy great strength lieth, okay. And it was her. She was the reason why they kept continuously lying in wait for him, and he had to, every time she acted like they were just coming to fight Samson, because they were coming, knows because she kept utterly supplanting him, which had them kept coming, all right, to try to set him up so they can capture him, okay. And it came to pass when she pressed him, okay, and that's what your woman gonna do. She gonna continue to press you, all right. When she pressed him daily, okay, with her words. Every time you see a woman, she coming with you always with um something that's pertaining outside of this truth, man. Okay, especially in these holiday times, for an example. Okay, she gonna try to entice you to fall into her trap, to take you away from this truth, man, or to destroy you spiritually, and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death. Damn. You know, you got sick and tired, but you can't get sick and tired of these times, man. You just gotta deal with it, man. That he told her all his heart. Okay, so he starts spilling everything, which where that's where Samson messed up at. Since he started telling her everything and she found out, that's how he was able to go down. And said unto her, there have not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto Yahawah from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. Okay? And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. So she knew that she got him. Okay? And the same in these times, once your woman know that and that demon that's on her know that she got you, oh, she gonna go all the way to the max to get you uh far away from this truth as she possibly can, you know, and keep trying you. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand, and she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. So he must have been in a good sleep, you know. Probably just, Jake, probably laid up with her, man, and did his thing, worn out. I'm just extrapolating through the spirit, man. And she began to afflict him because he didn't even feel that his hair was getting cut off. And it's going to tell you. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, so she cried out again, the Philistines are coming. The Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as the other times before. So he thinking everything is how it normally gonna go. He gonna go out there, run them off, or kill who he gonna kill. All right. But this time was different. He didn't even realize that his hair was cut off. His power was left from him. And shake myself, and he wist not that the Lord was departed from him. So he didn't even know that his strength, all right, his power plug was cut. Power cord was cut off, man. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes, so they were able to capture him and pluck out his eyes, and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house. All right, so they took his eyes out and put him to work, man. Chained him up with fetter brass and made him work, man. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. Then the lords of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon their God, and to rejoice, for they said, our God hath delivered Samson our enemy into our hand. And when the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, our God hath delivered into our hands our enemy, and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us. And it came to pass, when their hearts were merry, that they said, call for Samson, that he may make us sport. Or they was going to make a show out of him. They all was drinking and celebrating. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport. And they set him between the pillars. And Samson said unto the lad that held him by the hand, suffer me that I may feel the pillars whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there. And there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women that beheld while Samson made sport, and is having a big party. And Samson called unto the Lord, all right. So he called unto Yahawah, all right, and said, O Lord Yahawah, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once, O Yahawah, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my two eyes. And Samson took hold of the two middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand, and of the other with his left. And Samson said, Let me die with the Philistines. And he bowed himself with all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in his life. God damn. Then his brethren and all the house of his father came down and took him and brought him up and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol in the burying place of Monah his father, and he judged Israel 20 years. All right. So that was just an example on what the apostle was saying, which I'm gonna go back to it. Go back to verse 13. Play it a little bit.
To that which destroyeth kings. Women destroy kings. Women have brought down kings. Mighty kings have been brought down over women. You see what I mean? So you gotta keep your mind, keep your wits about you. You dealing with a woman, you deal with her, you pop her, you deal with her accordingly. But don't be like, okay, well, my woman. Don't be pussy whooped. Pussy whoop guys fall out the truth. Pussy whoop guys get killed out here. Because these bitches will set you up. They devious, man.
And that was the point, You know, one thing about the parable, I believe in First Esdras, if I'm not mistaken, that you brothers could read, I believe the second chapter, it say which was stronger, the king, wine, or woman. Woman was the strongest out of them all. Okay, so what the apostle said is very much of a truth, and Lord willing that example that I made was edifying unto those that watched. All right, and with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawashi, double honor to our apostles. All right, that's constantly showing us how to go down the right path, and much love to the elect brethren that's consistently doing what they got to do through the power of Yahawashi, building and fighting for the elect. All right, and with that, I want to say shalom.